Hello everyone, welcome. For those that don't know me or if I haven't met you before, my name's Emma Jane Cahill and I call myself Elements Natural Therapist. So today we're going to do a short yoga practice for a better night's sleep, for a restful night's sleep. So we all need a good night's sleep to help our body, our brain function at its fullest as best we can for the day. And if you're finding you have anxious thoughts, you have a lot of thoughts going around your head and you can't switch off, so you're quite wired all the time, if you have hot flushes or any of those things that may be waking us up at that 2-3 a.m. point, then this practice should be able to help you. So if you haven't done yoga before, don't worry, this is quite a simple practice. I'm going to talk you through it. There'll be a couple of alternatives, but it's quite a simple, steady practice because this is the kind of routine we need to encourage a good night's sleep. So the body talks to the brain, and this is what we want to get into. We want to get out of our head, get into our body. So by moving our body, we will send these messages to the neuro pathways to bring us into that more relaxed rest and digest state, that calmer state with the nervous system. And that's where we want to be in an evening, preparing for our night's sleep. So I don't know you, and we haven't gone through anything health-wise, so I just ask you to always, as always, look after yourself. We're not doing anything extreme this evening, so as I say, it's a steady practice. Just a couple of cautions around knees, but other than that, you know, they shouldn't really be anything too much to worry about, but just modify. If you need to sit something out, please do. Okay, so what you will need, a couple of cushions and a blanket for relaxation at the end. Take a couple of minutes, pause the video and create yourself a nice, calm, beautiful space to come into. Maybe light a couple of candles, find your essential oils, your wax melts, make some nice fragrances, make the space really nice. And if you haven't got a yoga mat, that's fine, doesn't matter. You can just come down to the carpet, find a soft space, try and find a quiet space in your house if that's possible, and then we will get ourselves started. So gather what you need, and we're going to start, and as we go through the practice, we are going to try and get a lengthened and a deeper breath. So the breath is also going to help us to come to this calmer place. So we're going to start just by taking the thumb into the midpoint of the palm of the hand. Rest that in, and I want you to press the thumb into this marmer point. So it's like a little acupressure point to draw us into some calmness. If you're not happy with the knees bending, then by all means take the legs out. And you might also want to sit on your cushion at this point to be a little bit comfier. We're not going to be here for long. So get yourself comfy, and we'll take the thumb into the palm of the hand. As you just settle yourself into this space, into your practice for this evening, just feel that you're level into the sitting bones, you're even on both sides of the body. We're nice and steady with this seated posture as our foundation. And if you could rest the eyelids, please do. Otherwise, just gaze down to the floor in front of you. So if you just let the body start to rest against the floor, feel that connection of the sitting bones, of parts of the legs. Just take time to feel parts of the legs against the ground, parts of your feet. Making that contact, and we've come to a steady, stable starting position. And bring your attention in towards you and just check in what's going on. What kind of day have you had? We'll just try and leave our day to one side. Then I want you to really press the thumb into the palm of the hand now. We're going to take 3 deep breaths. Inhaling through both nostrils, long breath in. Exhale through the mouth. Just sigh it out. Just sigh out. Whatever happened today, just let it go. Inhale through both nostrils, pressing the thumb down. Exhale through the mouth. Sigh it out. Nice soft breath. Just let go of whatever you need to let go of. Inhale, deep breath in through both nostrils. Exhale. Release the hand. We're going to switch that over. Change hands. Bring the thumb to the midpoint on the left palm. Press in to that pressure point. 3 deep breaths in your own time. Inhale. Sigh it out. Inhale. Sigh out. Again, breath in. Breathe out. And relax the arms, the hands down. Right. And then if you've had the eyes closed, just opening the eyes slowly. And then we'll take the hands resting on the legs and just take a very gentle little swim back with each shoulder, one at a time. Just start to ease any tension out of the shoulders. We could bring the hands to the shoulders. That might feel good. Just take your time to lift and circle around. So if you're a gym bunny, if you're used to jumping, dancing around, lifting weights, that's all great. And we still need to do that to keep our body strength, keep our kind of vascular system moving. But we need to find this calmer, more relaxed way of exercising as well. Let's just draw the shoulders forwards this time. Forward. So if you are a gym bunny, you're thinking, this is not going to make me sweat, this is not going to be beneficial for me, all I'd say is, please give it a go. Because yoga is experiential. And you need to feel it. It's no good just sitting there watching me. You need to feel it. Let the arms come down. Take a nice shrug in and drop the shoulders down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release. Good. We're going to take a little side to side. Bring the right arm up. Send the left hand across the floor and take a little side stretch over. Inhale, lift up, exhale out. Change arms, lift the spine, lift the body long. Use the hands against the floor for support. Take a side stretch. Inhale, lift, exhale out. Change arms. Inhale, right arm lifting. Exhale, send it across sideways. Relax the other elbow down towards the mat. Inhale, lift, exhale out. Change sides. Inhale, lift. Lift up, send it across. Just feel how it is. Keep the sitting bones down to the mat. Inhale, lift. And exhale, breathe it out. Great. So let's take the legs out of the way. If you have the legs in the bending position, and just give them a little rock and roll, give them a little shake out. And we're going to move on to hands and knees now for cat-cow position. So if your knees are not great, then take hold of your blanket. Place your blanket over your mat so you've got a little bit more softness, or onto the carpet. You've got a little bit more softness then for your knees. Otherwise, we're going hands over shoulders. Hands over shoulders? No. Shoulders over hands, that'd be better, wouldn't it? We're not going upside down tonight. All right, so knees with a little gap between the hands. All right. So if your knees are really, really not happy in this starting position, then I would ask you to come up, but only if your knees are not happy. So you can take the cat-cow from here. As we're doing it on the mat, you can do it from standing. So let's all get going. We're going to inhale, look forward. We're going to move the whole spine, so drop the shoulders back. Breathe out, tuck the chin under, tuck the tailbone, the end of the spine, and the pelvis under, and really arch the back of the body up into an angry cat position. Find your breath. Inhale, look forward, so the tailbone lifts to the ceiling this time. You bring the heart space forward. Exhale, round up. Keep going. Find the breath in. Try to feel the breath moving. Keep long breaths. Exhale, tuck everything underneath, arch up. You can go in your own time with your own breath then. Keep it nice and steady. And really feel what's happening in your spine. The spine moving through both directions. Just feel if there's any tightness anywhere, anywhere you just need to take your mind's attention to. Let's do 2 more. Inhale, drop the shoulders, chest forward. Exhale, round the tuck under, keep it moving, not stopping anywhere. Inhale, forwards, shoulders still over wrists. Exhale, arching up. And relax back into your neutral position. So from here, take a little stretch out with the feet, with the legs. So tuck under the toes at the back and just take a little reach through the heel. Just start to reach through that leg there. Right, draw it back in and do that on the other side. Draw it back. So while you're doing that on the mat, if you were in the standing cat position, then just start to draw the body forwards, hands on legs, so we can take a little stretch through the backs of the legs as well. Keep the knees a little bit soft, all right? So hopefully you've done the left leg by now. And let's bring that back in. And if you're in standing, stay and just work out and relax those knees and then bring it back into that folded position where you're getting the hamstring stretch. To get the hamstring stretch off the mat, we're going to take the downward facing dog position. We're going to inhale. We're going to push the hands firmly into the floor as we lift the hips up and look through towards the thighs. Take a little walk of the dog, bend one knee and then the other. So one heel's reaching towards the mat and then the other. It's nice and rhythmic, just get a little flow with it. Keep the breath steady, keep the breath moving. Good. And then we'll lift both heels into the air. And exhale, softly bring it back down. Both knees to the mat, look forward. We're going to do it once more, but this time we're going to lift both heels together and lower both heels together. So this downward facing dog position is about getting a nice stretch through the spine and the back of the body. Not particularly to get a stretch through the hamstrings, although we know that's what's happening as well. So do feel free to keep your knees with a bend. Inhale here, exhale, push off the arms, lift the hips high. Now bend those knees if you need to, keep those knees bending, but bring the chest towards the legs and look through towards the legs. Try and lift the hips as high as you can. Get that nice straight line spine. And then choose whether you're bending the knees or whether you're going to straighten out a little. And just see about bringing the heels toward the mat. Don't worry about them touching the mat, doesn't matter. Inhale here, deep breath. Exhale, soften back down to the mat, everyone. Good. And we're going to let go, undo the feet. Step the feet back, come all the way down to the mat. If you were standing, come and join us. And we're going to come all the way down, bringing the elbows forward under the shoulders into Sphinx pose. Hands are wide. Stretch the feet, stretch the legs long. And we're going to drop those shoulders back and down the back of the body again. Now as we look forwards, I'd like you to just tilt the head and gaze down on a diagonal line to the beyond the front of your mat. soften the buttocks, soften the gluteal muscles. Just check out, how does that feel in your lower back? So if that's not feeling so great, tuck the tailbone under, tuck the pelvis, the end of the spine and the hips down into the mat. That might just create a little bit of space for you there in the lower back. So as we stay here, I'm just going to think about the breath. Breathe in a long breath in both nostrils. And if you can, breathe out through both nostrils, a quiet breath out through both nostrils. Otherwise, sigh out through the mouth. Inhale. Exhale. Keep the back of the neck soft. Inhale. Exhale. Gently listen to your breath. Just watch and listen to the sound of your own breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Feel where the breath is moving. Is it expanding the chest as you breathe in? Side ribs. Exhale. Take in then the elbows out wide to the sides and resting your forehead onto your hands, onto the backs of the hands. So rest in here down at the mat. We're going to lift the feet by bending at the knees. And then gently, just go very gently, rock both feet to your right side and rock both feet to the left side. Keep your head down onto the hands and rock side to side. Just take that little swish and that little rock in the hips, nice and gentle, nice and steady. And then once you've finished at the left side, bring it back to centre and lengthen the feet back into the mat. Sweep the arms around. Just take our time to bring ourselves back up onto the mat. And we're going to go into a wide child pose. So we're going to take a gap between the knees. Bringing the hands to fists and stacking the hands on top of each other. And we're going to bring the forehead centre, the third eye centre, to rest on the top hand. We're going to rest here for a couple of minutes. Again, if that's not comfortable in your knees, then you could take a cushion right into the back of the thighs. So it just opens that gap at the back of the knee. And that might feel a little comfier, but you may not be able to get as far down now, so you may be resting here. Again, if it's really not happy in your knees, then sit and rest forward. And the other alternative would be to take your cushions in front of you and just hug onto your cushion and get comfy. So find your most comfortable option in your body. We're going to rest here for a couple of minutes. Again, just let your shoulders start to relax, whichever pose, whichever option you've taken. Let the shoulders start to relax. Are you relaxed in the hips? Can you relax and soften the jaw, the face, the tongue? And again, as we just bring ourselves towards this stillness, feel the breath moving and keep that slightly longer breath going. Observe in your body, is the breath down at the lower abdomen? Does the breath feel like it's moving your chest? Does the breath feel like it's across your shoulder blades at the back of the body. Just have a look, observe. And now if it's appropriate in your neck, just so we've balanced the pose on both sides of the body, turn the head gently to face the opposite way. If you're on the cushions, if you're still on the fist, just stay where you are. Come back to the breath. Breath just gently moving. And listen to the breath as if it was a gentle lapping of the ocean against the sandy beach. Just recall that rhythmic, gentle motion of the waves against the sand. Just imagine your breath being that rhythmic wave. And now very gently, bring your head back to center if you have the head turned, whichever position you're in. Slowly bring your way up and don't rush at this point because we've been still. We're getting quieter. Take it slowly to bring yourself back up to your seated position. We're going to turn ourselves over now and come onto the back of the body. We come into this semi-supine position, the feet on the mat, the knees bending. Just adjust your lower pelvic position so the lower back is comfortable again. And then we're going to come in with the knees and the thighs towards the chest, hands onto tops of knees. Keeping the big toes together, start to circle round. So the knees going away from each other and drawing back together. Close the thighs to chest. Take the knees wide, lengthen the arms, and then bend the elbows. You draw the thighs to chest. So slow circle round. Into butterfly circles. Gently ease the hips. The hips get very tight if we've been sat still for a long time. If you've got an office job and you're sitting still for long periods of time, the hips get really, really tight. And they do hold emotional tension as well. So let's gently go back in the opposite direction with it now. Good, good, good. Gently flowing around. And see how that feels into the hips. And then we're just going to stay with the feet connected, the knees wide. See if you can draw the hands down the shins and gently draw the heels together, closing the soles of the feet together and drawing the heels a bit closer in to the body. And then rest here for a moment. Getting that good stretch into the hips. This nice outward position. One more breath here. Exhale. Release the hands down to the knees. Draw the knees back together and feet back to the mat one at a time. Now we're going to bring the right knee into chest. Use the hands underneath the leg. We're going to send the foot up into the air and keep your hands at the back of the thigh. So drawing the toes down towards the knee and the shin, we can reach the heel and the sole of the foot up into the air. Again, just keep that softness at the back of the knee if you need it. Don't push it too far. Keep it soft if you need to. And then gently we're going to rock the whole leg forwards and backwards. Don't crazy with it. Keep it steady. Keep that slow movement again. And keep the left foot pressing down into the mat for a little bit of stability in the pelvis on that side. Just gently rocking. Find your breath to breathe out as the foot comes towards you, and breathe in as you take the leg away. Exhale towards, inhale away. Exhale towards, inhale away. Exhale towards, inhale away. Exhale towards, inhale away. Good. Holding the leg where it's steady, and take a very small circle round with the whole leg on the top of the thigh bone, as if you're drawing a circle onto the ceiling with the sole of the foot. And then steadily draw it back, opposite direction. Send it through. From here, let's rebend. As we rebend this right knee, turn it outwards and slip the right ankle over the top of the left thigh. We're going to come into the thread the needle position. We'll draw the left foot off the mat, thread the arms through, take hold of the thigh. If you can't reach, doesn't matter, just take hold where you can, or you could even leave your arms down at the mat. So we want to draw this left thigh in towards the chest, so we get this lovely stretch down the back of this right thigh, into the glutes, into the piriformis. Try and relax your shoulders again. Just lengthen the back of the neck by tipping the chin into your chest. Rest the head on the mat. Breathe steadily. Deep breath. Trying to soften those muscles into that stretch. Brilliant. As you breathe out this time, let's let go of the hands, bring the left foot to the floor, and we'll undo that right leg. Give it a stretch to the ends of the mat and give it a little shake out. Coming back in, right sole of the foot to the mat, left knee into chest. Take a moment to hug it. And we're going to extend that left foot up into the air. See where you get to. Keep that softness at the back of the knee again. Don't overextend it. Toes coming down towards the front of the leg. Sole of the foot, heel reaching up into the air. You see where you can get to. And we'll start very slowly. Slow little movement forward and back with the whole leg again. On the top of the thigh bone. Exhale towards, inhale away. Exhale towards, inhale away. Exhale, inhale away. Exhale towards, inhale away. Exhale towards, inhale away. Last one. Exhale, inhale. Great. Keep this right foot pressing into the mat as we gently circle the left leg in the air. Small circles again. Drawing round and back in the opposite way. Send it back slowly, slowly. Steadily, steadily. Feel that lovely stretch through the back of the hamstrings. Lovely. And then let's rebend it from here. We're going to take that left ankle over the right thigh. Turn that left knee out to its natural outward turn in that left hip. Toes are up to the shin, and we'll pick up the right foot away from the mat. Take hold of the thigh if you can, or wherever you can reach. Keep the head on the mat, keep the chin into chest. And as we draw this right thigh in towards us a little closer, feel that stretch down the back of the left leg into the piriformis on the left side. And as you deepen your breath, just try and soften that effort in the muscles. Deeper breath. One more breath here. And as we exhale, we'll let go with the hands. We'll bring the right foot to the mat. We'll undo the left leg, stretch it out to the end of the mat. Give it a little shake out. And bring it back in and step the feet nice and close into the back of the body. Heels coming nice and close in. We've got a little gap between the feet, a little gap between the knees. Roll the palms down to the mat. Coming into bridge pose. So we're going to start to tilt the end of the spine upwards. So draw the belly button down. Tilt the tailbone, the end of the spine upwards, and start to peel the back of the body off the mat. Keep the head down, press the shoulders down, the palms down to the mat. Feet nice and firm into the mat as we start to lift the hips. And keep the knees tracking in. Feet firm. Deep breath in. And just feel that expansion across the chest as you breathe in, pressing the feet down. Lift the chest, lift the hips. Exhale. And again. Inhale, press down with the shoulders, the feet, lift the hips. Exhale once more. Inhale, feet pressing down, shoulders pressing down, lift the hips. Breathe in, deepest breath here. Exhale slowly and roll each vertebra down to the mat from the top of the spine. Feel, maybe you close the eyes, feel each vertebra contacting the mat. Keep the tailbone lifted as you roll down that spine. One at a time. Go down as slowly as you can. Slowly as you can. Until you feel the back of the body, feel the spine resting against the mat. We're going to move into a twisting position now, taking the arms out to your shoulder height in this T shape. Close the feet and knees together. Roll the palms up to the ceiling. I'm just going to gently roll the knees towards the right side and then roll the knees towards the left side. So I'm not going all the way to the floor just yet. Roll the knees over to the right side and roll the knees to the left side. Notice how that feels into the lower back. Rolling into the right, rolling into the left. We're going to stay at the right side this time, so roll the knees into the right side. Good. Drop the shoulders into the mat, relax the shoulders down. Either taking your line of vision up to the ceiling. If it feels appropriate in your neck, turn your head away from the legs and look to your left palm. If you take a deep breath in here, feel the top side, the left side of the ribs, lung expanding. Exhale, release, nothing to do on that breath out, just to soften the body. Inhale, expand. Exhale, release. Inhale, expand. Exhale, release. Gently rolling everything into center, head, feet, pelvis. Draw your body back to center. Roll the knees over to the left side. And again, head can stay in center or roll the head to look at the right palm. As you let your body settle into this position, rest the shoulders into the mat. And breathe in deeply. Around this right side hip, into those intercostal muscles between the ribs. And expand into that right lung. Exhale. Maybe you can feel that the right lung works more than the left because we've given it space. Exhale. Exhale. To breathe out this next time, roll the pelvis back into the mat, the head, the feet. Get into a straight line and close the arms down both sides of the body. Drawing both knees into chest, take the hands underneath the knees again. And just gently send the feet into the air. Keep that softness at the back of the knee. Circle the ankles round and circle the wrist round. Change direction. Circle gently, just move body gently. And then take a point and flex on the feet and the wrists. So flexing and then reaching away. Opposite directions, opposite direction. And then just stay here. And relax the arms down, keep the feet into the air. Notice how that feels in your lower back, into the back of the body, get a little bit heavier. Let the ankles and the toes relax. Moment. And then gather it all back in together. As you draw the knees closer to the chest, circle onto the lower part of the back into the pelvis. Circle round and feel that heaviness where you take the pressure, like a little massage into the pelvis. So feel that you can roll around, drawing a circle onto the mat. Again, let's go the other way. Slowly massage through. And bring it back. Then knees to chest. Hang out here for a second. And then bring the feet to the mat one at a time. Lengthen and slide the legs away to the ends of your mat. Take the arms to the top of the mat. Deep breath in, sigh out. As we breathe in, stretch the fingers, stretch the thumbs, point the toes, stretch, find the thighs. And exhale, let go, release. Once more, stretch the toes, point or flex, draw the thighs up. Draw the abdominals down, squeeze the glutes, stretch the fingers, the arms, inhale. Then exhale, release, soften, let go. And we're ready to find our way into Shavasana, relaxation pose. So again, you need to be comfortable. You can now take hold of your cushion to place underneath your head. Make it a little bit of soft space for your head. If you get cool, it will get cool because we're going to be still. Then take your blanket over the top of you. If you're somebody that's very warm, you don't need the blanket, that's fine. You can leave it to one side. Okay. And you can take a choice of whether you're going to place the feet into the mat. It's a little bit more supportive for your lower back. So whether that's a comfy position for you, or take the legs long. So the final option, if you've got a second cushion there, you could take that cushion under your knees for a little bit of softness. And let the feet just be a little bit wider than your normal hip distance, and that will allow your hips to relax. Have the arms away from the body and choose whether you want the palms down to the mat or do you want the palms up to the ceiling. Get the head and neck comfortable. Make those last little adjustments so you can stay still into your chosen Shavasana for today. Closing and resting the eyelids if possible. Otherwise, find a focus point straight ahead of you. body settle into your chosen position. And feel that support again of the mat, of the ground underneath, giving us that solid foundation that we can rest our body against. Let the whole body start to soften. As I mention each part of the body, try and soften it further. Just take your awareness to the back of the head, getting heavy onto the cushion, onto the mat, onto the carpet. Back of the head feeling heavy. Back of the head releasing. Draw your attention to the face and soften across the forehead. Soften the eyelids, the eyes. And draw your attention from being looking outward. And just try and draw your mind and your vision back to the back of the eyes, to the back of the head. Draw that attention in towards yourself. Let the sides of the mouth be soft now, the jaw. Just part the teeth slightly, part the mouth slightly. And let the tongue draw down away from the roof of the mouth. Draw the tongue low down, rest it behind the lower set of teeth. And let go of all that tension around the jaw and the face. Neck soft. Back of the shoulders resting into the mat. The front of the chest soft. Ribs. Abdomen softening. Let go of any tension. The hips, the pelvis, the thighs become softer. The knees, the shins, the ankles, the feet, the toes, the soles of the feet, the heels resting, back of the calves, the back of the knees, the back of the thighs, the buttocks, the back of the hips, the lower back, the mid back, the upper back, the back of the shoulder blade. The back of the body resting into the mat. The arms resting, the elbows, the wrists, the palms, the fingers, the thumbs. Right arm resting, the left arm resting. The right leg resting, the left leg resting. Both arms together, relaxing. Both legs together, relaxing. The back of the body, soft. The front of the body, soft. The face and the head softening. The whole of the body together softening. The whole of the body softening. The whole of the body. So you hear my voice now. Just start to gently and lovingly bring your awareness back to your breath. Start to notice your physical body. Notice how you feel. Notice if the mind became a little quieter, even if only for a couple of seconds. The very smallest movement you can find, just start to wriggle the toes, the thumbs, the fingers. And we want to move slowly because we don't want to undo this good work we've done into calming the parasympathetic nervous system. We just ease into it slowly. If you've had the legs in the long position, you might just want to re-bend at the knees now, bring the soles of the feet to the mat. Press down firmly with the feet into the mat and press the palms down into the mat. Just feeling that ground again. If you need to bring your knees into chest and give yourself a little hug in once more if that feels good. If you just need to release your lower back if you've had the legs long. Just feel how it is there. You may not. If you do, please take that option. And then roll on to your right side. So find your way, just roll onto the right side of the body. And again, we want to make this slow transition. Don't jump up quickly because you'll undo the good work in the nervous system. So you can switch me off if you wish. Or very steadily, press your hands into the floor. Take as much time as you need to come up. So that was just one little sequence. There's lots of things we can do. If you've been practicing your meditation, then that would be a good time to do your meditation would be now. Okay. And if you've not done this kind of work before, just say in the morning when you're brushing your teeth, just have a little think, did you get a good night's sleep? Yeah. Don't rely on your Fitbit. I will say it would be better to journal if you're not sleeping very well. It would be better to write it down, but we can talk more about that another day. And if you're not sure, try it a couple of times. If it's new to you, try it a few times, because sometimes the mind, the body need this repetition to get used to something and to relax and ease into it a little further. So I hope that was all right for you ladies. Hope you have a good night's sleep. Namaste. So any questions that you've got, I'm sure Kate will send you my details. You can email me at emma@elementsnaturaltherapist.co.uk or find me on Facebook or my website. It's the same, www.elementsnaturaltherapist.co.uk. Hope to see you all soon. Thank you very much. Good night.